get drunk.
Hey guys, welcome back to Minecraft Episode 2, Season 1. And let me just start this by saying hello and welcome back, but let's kick this off with a welcome as well. It's been a while since I have made a video, so... Okay, so what we do here, we start out with a basic A-frame. And then what you'll do, from the beginning block, you'll go block, on top of block, on top of block. And if you repeat the exact process I do here, then I do believe you will not fail. Some might, it really depends how you look at it. But in the future I did mess up with the redstone, so I just made a platform that you stand on, but that's one of the only mistakes. So what you do, you put block on top of block, like so, and as you continue to do it, you'll start to see it come along, and it defining the main frame of it. So what you do, you'll grab some hardened clay to make an outline of what you're going to be doing. What I use blue clay for is the outline of where you're going to use the border, because in the back you're going to put water, and then sticky pistons are going to lift that clay up, and once it lifts the clay up, it's going to let water out, and it's going to go all over your crops. But so why it goes all over your crops, you say? Well, at the lower point where you see the little line and then the 2 blocks on each left and right, well, you're going to put 3 chests and then 3 hoppers on top of those chests, meaning you're going to have your crops inside of the hoppers, and if it gets far enough down, it'll go inside the chest as well. So what you are supposed to do now, you place down dirt. So, well, you're not going to get crops out of nowhere. So, what you're going to do, you're going to place down dirt, like so. Fail. And as I continue this process, I began to get slower because I kept thinking of how I'm going to edit this video. Because the Xbox One DVR only records 5 minutes, so I have to make a lot of clips. So that's why I didn't make so many videos. So I realized a mistake here. You don't have to do this part. It is optional. I used concrete instead of glass for the overlaying the other blocks. This part is completely optional using the concrete. So what you do now, you'll just finish up putting the dirt. And once you get finished doing the dirt, you're supposed to grab your hoe. You know what I mean. Dirty-minded boy. You grab your hoe and you till all of this dirt. Once I finish this line, you'll be shown how to do so if you do not know how already. So what you do, you'll press LT if you're on Xbox, and then you'll place down the seeds. Preferably, I just chose random seeds like wheat, pumpkins, melons, everything. Melons don't work so well in this, by the way, so that's a thing to kind of avoid if you have a lot of melon seeds. I just do a basic farm, but not this. So this is mainly meant for like carrots, wheat, you know. So as you can see here, I fail too. I put 1 block up. I only put 2 blocks up, then I place the pistons down, so it would be only a 1 block reach. And this back part is very important. This is what's going to be holding your water. And make sure you have enough water as well. You can't have 1 block of water. I've tested this, so take my word for it. You don't have to, but I just ask that you do. So that's the basic outline of your harvester. So the thing that's going to be harvesting your water, your crops, is the water. So make sure you do not have anything overflowing like that. And right about there is a good time to start working with redstone, but this is the part I was talking about earlier where I failed. So as you can see, that would never work unless you want to shove everything through the harvester, but I realized the mistake and I fixed it. So I continued. Then underneath I started to add sticky pistons. If you're going to do this on survival, have fun trying, because it's very hard to get this material. Not the stone or cobble. Some people prefer to have a lot of glass, a lot of hoppers, and you know. My friend, he prefers to use ender chests on these, and I call him an idiot because then you'd only need one ender chest. And if your ender chest is full of vegetables and stuff, you're not going to have enough room for, you know, weapons. So, what we do now, we place down the redstone. Make sure there's a 1 block in between. We place down the redstone, and just a warning, there's an upcoming fail. Repeat, a literal upcoming fail. So, if you want, I would recommend skipping around 20 seconds forward for this part. You don't have to if you just want to see my fail. It's completely up to you. I don't control you. If I did, that'd be awesome, but... So, I'd estimate around a minute to 30 seconds. But as you can see, this does not work. I kind of knew it didn't work, so what I did, I tried it out, it didn't work. I placed the lever on the right side of the block, it didn't work. I know it looks like it did, but it was a few redstone short. So what I did, I deleted the whole lower layer, and I made a platform from this block to its left, and underneath it is the new platform. So that is essential, actually, to place those pistons on so it grips that clay, so it can pull up and down repeatedly. And that is actually what's going to happen to your crops. And then what you'll do after you get done testing it, make sure it works, you will actually begin putting down your chest, then your hoppers. Those are very important. So what I began to do right here is delete all these blocks because they're useless. And what you're going to see here is just basically me putting a platform on it and then mob proofing it and then placing down crops. So mob proofing it is basically putting slabs on the bricks on top, and then so this is the platform. And keep in mind, I wouldn't recommend covering over the water unless there's spiders. Like, mobs just will not let it go. And let it go, I mean, will not leave it alone. Like, they are continuously jumping in there and messing your crops up. Keep in mind that you can do this at all sorts of levels. You can do it with one little line of dirt. But you can also do it with over 100 lines of dirt as well. It'd have to be a very curvy farm. But yeah. So this is optional. You do not have to do this with the chests. I just chose to put one down. So then you lay down your hoppers. Then you'll place some stone over the hoppers. Not over the hoppers, but besides the hoppers and the filling gaps. So what you do now, to your left and right, I'd put 2 blocks over there because in case if it leaks over and drops your stuff off a cliff, if you're making it on a cliff. So what you do now, you make this sod, and then you start placing down crops. And then you'll wait a little bit, let it grow. Of course, some of the sod's going to be rude and not allow me to make this video. So what you do now, you just place seeds down, you know. I'd recommend wheat and carrots. Those can go in here. Melons, they grow. They take so long to grow. And they take around 2 blocks. So 2 blocks would be 1 melon. Because if they jointed together. So basically what I'm trying to say is when a melon grows, it takes 2 blocks to grow instead of 1, like the carrots and seeds. And you can grow way more carrots. They're less rare to find than melons. So If you are lazy, you can call it quits right here, but what you do now, you put a second block next to this one, and then I'm pretty sure you go one up. So you'll go to this side and do that as well, then you'll mob proof it. And the slabs also help the water. If you have, say if you messed up on the water leveling, and that's why you mob proof it, by the way, spiders get in there and mess up your crops. So what that extra line is for is in case your crops, the water washes up on that one brick and it will push the blocks. So what I did here, I just grabbed bone meal and I just mob proofed the basics of the frame. And what we're going to do now is test it. I use bone meal, by the way, to grow it, so I was pretty happy to test it. It's been a while. As you can see, it works pretty well, but not very well versus the melon. So yeah, and what you'll do now is basically close it. There we go. And what we do is we go down there, wait of course for the water to go away. But I would like to say something though. I've noticed how I get a lot of views, like 30 views. I know that's not a lot compared to like PewDiePie. He has like 46 million subscribers or more. I don't know. I just know it's in the 40s or 50s. But the comparison between him and me, he makes what some YouTube channels make in 2 years. He makes that in a day. So as you can see, the hoppers worked. And that's the wrap of this video, basically. And what we're going to do now, this is not required, but we're going to plug this bitch and grief the son of a bitch with lava and say fuck it and go to Starbucks. Yeah. If you don't like and subscribe this video, I will literally shit in your 12-year-old sister's mouth. Thank you and goodbye!
Yeah.